truly hilarious watching these useful idiot Democrats flood the streets for a No Kings protest, calling Trump a fascist dictator. You know what's funny? They had absolutely no problem with actual authoritarianism when their own guys were doing it. Let's do a deep dive into the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Where were these No Kings protesters when Joe Biden bypassed the Constitution to force Americans to take an experimental COVID shot or lose their jobs? Where was the outrage when Biden forced the absolute bravest among us, the United States military, to take the shot or be dishonorably discharged? Apparently, bodily autonomy only matters when Democrats say it does. And let's talk about free speech. The Biden administration literally weaponized the federal government to force Facebook and Twitter to censor conservatives and anyone who spoke out against the COVID narrative. Oh, you want to talk about tyrants? Let's talk about Tim Walz. During the 2020 riots, he sent the National Guard marching down residential streets, literally shooting non-lethal bullets at citizens just for standing on their own front porches. And where were the protests when Barack Obama bypassed due process entirely to drone strike an American citizen in another country? Killing Americans without a trial is fine, as long as you have a D next to your name right. How about when the Supreme Court explicitly told Biden his student loan forgiveness was unconstitutional? Did he listen? No. He acted like an actual king and bypassed the courts to buy votes anyway. But now, suddenly, they are terrified of authoritarianism because Trump is deporting the violent illegal aliens that Biden let flood across our borders for 4 straight years. When you ask these protesters what specific rights Trump is taking away, they just spit out meaningless word salad. Why? Because they are living in a completely manufactured, fake reality. Let's talk about it. They claim ICE is a secret police force terrorizing people. No, ICE is enforcing the actual laws of the United States and removing murderers and gang members from our streets. Do they care about the young women like Laken Riley or the Loyola student murdered by the very illegals these protesters want to protect? Not at all. They just want to abolish ICE. These people are pathetic. Let's be clear, this isn't a grassroots movement. This No Kings nonsense is a $3 billion AstroTurf campaign funded by George Soros and actual communist organizations. They use these rallies to bankroll the Democrat Party. And the Democrats are perfectly fine getting in bed with these radical socialists and communists because they are political prostitutes. They hate Donald Trump for one reason. He is exposing their deep state corruption and deporting the people they desperately need as future dependent voters. These people are traitors championing the downfall of our country. They don't hate dictators. They just hate that they aren't the ones in control. Wake up. Truth over feelings. Always straight trash.
Until we have done everything in our power to bring the United States to its knees, let us not lose sight of the enemy. For every U.S. military base that crumbles, and for every U.S. soldier who returns home in a casket, we cheer.